I remember back in the day, it was like 2022, and I was really getting into business, right? This is when Andrew Tate was popping off. This is where like the whole like make money online, you're brokey, blah 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 space was really, really popping off. And I was obsessed with the idea of making 10K a month. You can ask my friends. Well, you can't because you don't know my friends. But all of my friends would tell you that all I would speak about was like 10K a month, 10K a month. Like everyone knew that was like the thought inside my head, right? And I was watching all these YouTubers, I was watching all these influencers trying to get like, go through their free videos and stuff, go through their courses and everything, trying to get to the score, starting businesses, dropshipping, agency, all of this stuff. But the thing was, the problem was, I would listen to these influencers, right? Like, you know, kind of how you might, if you've watched my videos recently, you're subscribed, you take some advice, you implement it. But the problem was, the thing was, every now and then, every 3 months, every 6 months, these influencers, they would change their mind. Like literally, bro, their entire psychology, their entire like plan for life would change instantly. After like 3 months, after 6 months, they will be telling you like how important it is to be locked in, to stay in your house, to not socialize, you know, it's a distraction, blah, blah, blah. And then literally 3 months later, 6 months later, they'll be telling you, oh my God, if you stay inside your house, you're a geek, you're a dog, you don't get out, blah, 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 right? There was such a big change that you as the viewer, you as like someone looking up to this person, looking up to this guy, you would get confused. You wouldn't know like what to do. You wouldn't know what's the actual right thing for you to do. They will tell you one business model, and then a little bit after, they will tell you another. And you wouldn't know which one is the right path. You wouldn't know which one is the one you're actually supposed to do, the one you're actually is the one that's gonna work for you, the one that's the right business model, and it's the best business model. And that was the problem. Like, I was looking at these influencers, like you can imagine me, right? Like I'm watching these videos, sitting on my bed, being all crusty and stuff. I'm watching these videos, and every new month I have a new idea, I have a new thing to do. Oh, maybe I should get a part-time job and then do this, maybe I should leave uni. And the thing was, the problem was, all of my knowledge, all of my information was coming from these influencers. It wasn't coming from a valid source. It was coming from like literally these kuffar influencers who were getting swayed around, thrown around by shaitan, getting ragdolled by him, right? What I needed to do was turn back to Allah. I needed to learn about the seerah of the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him. I needed to learn about the hadiths, the Quran. I needed to understand the word of God, understand the wisdom of God, and not just listen to these like geeks, right? Who always change their mind. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us so much wisdom. Like, think about what the Quran is on first principle. The Quran is literally the word of God. When you're reading the Quran, you are literally reading what Allah has written or what Allah has said. And of course, when you go pray, when you go make dua, you can speak to him. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is listening to you. So when you're reading the Quran, you are listening to Allah. And when you're praying, when you're making dua, all of this stuff, you're right, you're doing your ibadah. Allah is speaking, you are speaking to Allah. That's the thing. Like, number one, these influencers always change their minds. All these YouTubers, whatever, right? Including me, I want to say, like, I'll put myself in that category as well, because we're all humans. We're not perfect. We get thrown around. We get swayed by shaitan. I'll be honest, I've changed my mind. I've changed so many things. I'm wrong so many times. Like, I'm wrong every day. I'm wrong every week. I've probably made so many mistakes in just this video, right? I've probably said some dumb stuff already, and it's been like 3-4 minutes. But the problem is that we can't 100% rely on someone who's just yapping for themselves. What you need to do, if it's in business, if it's in your goals, anything, you need to turn back to Allah. You need to turn back to the hadith, to the Quran, and go from there. You need to get your fundamental, the first principle, your wisdom from Allah, from Islam. And of course, let's be honest, you're not gonna learn the perfect funnel. You're not gonna learn like sales tricks from the Quran, right? Like, oh, objection handle like this. But honestly, the times where I've made the biggest like impact in business, where I've closed 1K deals, 2K deals, where I've bounced back from like doubts and like troubling times in business recently, in these last 3 months, in these last 6 months, where I've made the most progress in business ever, it has been because I've been locked in with my deen. I've been locked in with my connection with Allah, and I have genuinely made the most progress. I have made the most money, and the best part is I felt the best inside when I was running my agency, when I was doing drop shipping, whatever, right? It genuinely felt so like, it felt so weird. It was like, honestly, the way I like to explain it is like I was like this OnlyFans whore basically, where I was selling my soul, trying to make money, right? Sure, it wasn't as bad. I was doing agency, I was doing drop shipping, trying to run ads for some gym owners, whatever, right? Run ads that I didn't even know how to run. I've never run them before. And I'm trying to get on like, oh, I'll get you more clients, but that's besides the point. The problem was I was literally wasting my time. I was wasting like my fulfillment. I was wasting like my purpose, trying to just run after the money, trying to just chase the money. What I actually needed to do was understand the first principles of money from Islam, that the money is going to come to me anywhere. Like the risk that's written for me, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to give me that anyways. All I need to do is do the work, but also like get closer to Allah, please Him, worship Him. And yes, like the business, the funnels, all that stuff, yes, you can like listen to YouTubers, you can listen to influencers, get ideas, read books. Like I literally have like 5 books. I'm not gonna pick them out, but you need to understand that of course those things can come from like influencers and stuff like that, right? And that will be valuable. But what's the most important thing, and the fundamental principles, the mindset, the way to actually trade in a halal way, the way to make halal money online, all of that is going to come from Allah. Like the first principles of everything, the mindset, like how you need to understand that how your salah has an impact on the amount of money you make, on your risk, right? How when you grow in your iman, you will grow your risk as well through Allah as well. The fundamental things always need to come from Allah. They always need to come from Islam. You cannot build the foundation of your mind, of your body, of your spirit from these influences. You cannot take their advice and use that as the fundamental principles for anything, because they might be right sometimes, but they are just human. They are going to be wrong. They're going to be not perfect unless they're speaking about the Quran, unless they're giving advice from the Hadith, from the Sunnah, all of that. Then it's still like a bit valid, right? But everything, whenever you're going to seek knowledge or for anything, for any topic, you need to go back to the Quran. You need to go back to the Sunnah. I just wanted to give this quick, raw reminder. There's going to be no edits in this. I hope this was valuable for you. Thank you for watching. Inshallah, I'll see you in the next video.